the term leadership. Who is leader? Perhaps I can face something. Maybe it is fearful. Maybe it is, something which is very congenial in nature. And somebody is fantastic in writing. And somebody is wonderful in facilitating something. Men control women. State controls bodies. This is more emotional, more philosophical, and at the same time, this love teaches us resistance. Border is just a line that separates two countries, right? Line means control. Men control women. State controls bodies so that the bodies cannot travel. And what about souls, spirits? Do they control that? And to me, feminism talks about spirits, souls, connections, love, solidarity, and resistance. We talk about borders when we talk about controls. To me, you have to cross each and every time. And as a matter of fact, we always actually crossing the borders. Being a woman, right from the childhood. Always there is resistance. When you try to cross the line, your family members, intimate family members. Actually, this exercise starts from there only. And then come your schools, educational institutions, then your working sphere and your state, everywhere. But at the same time, feminists teaches us how to resist it. If, you were asking me how I am, I have crossed, many a times I have crossed. When I was 16, perhaps when I just, experienced myself that I'm actually not like my other inmates, my friends. At that time, first, unknowingly I have crossed my border. And once again at the age of 20, first I came across one article on Navratilova in Anandabajar Putrika. Then I first heard or read the term lesbian because I was in vernacular medium school. And I associated myself with Navratilova. And always I kept on sharing everything with Navratilova, invisible friend of mine. Everything I shared with her. At the age of 21, first I stood in front of my mirror and I came out to myself. I said, please accept your sexuality, you are lesbian. So once again I crossed the another border. And then literally I crossed geolocational border from West Bengal, Barakpur, my hometown. I left that place just to avoid the marriage pressure because my parents were wonderful. I mean, they didn't even scold me. They were such a nice people. So how I would tell them that I won't get married just because I am a lesbian? Just to avoid that, I just shifted myself with a lame cause that I would go for higher education. So from Barakpur to Patiala. So that is another crossing of border. But my one-point agenda was to cross another border, to set up a collective for my own community, so that at least few people should not run pillar to post due to their sexuality. At that time, I was there along with my partner only. Both of us, me and my partner, we were in search of similar-minded persons, Both of us, at that time, Chaplain Hall, in Kolkata, in front of the Chaplain Hall, each and every day, we were standing just to find out if we come across a person or a couple who would like to see that film Fire. But unfortunately, we couldn't. But fortunately, with the help of other group, Sangini and Sri Sangam at that time, 2 letters actually we got through Council Club. So that way came across with other 2 couples. So immediately we formed Sappho as a collective, an emotional support group. On that very first day, 20th June of 1999, we have experienced so many people, so many borders, each and every day we are crossing. That means so much lines, so much controls, and sexuality, which came at the last, as a last agenda in feminist movement. I'm really sorry, but I have to talk about feminist movement. That is the entry point of sexuality rights movement. To me, I always kept on telling that we have to be a part of feminist movement. In 1999, Sappho formed, and 2003, we extended Sappho's platform and got registered as an organization named as Sappho for Equality, where anybody and everybody can be the member, irrespective of their sexual orientation and gender expression. We never ever ask anyone, what is your sexuality, if they want to be our member. Only they have to believe the cause. So, right from 2003 October, Sappho for Equality's journey started. By this time, already we have become the integral part of feminist movement in Kolkata. Here, the uniqueness is Sappho didn't replace by Sappho for Equality. Sappho still exists. So, the existence of collective and organization is still here. So, you can easily imagine in this political arena, collectives demand is something, and organization is always try to, comply all the rules and regulations of government. So there is a huge tussle, but this is a constructive confrontation, which is, to us, this is very, very healthy. Always collective question organization. Why we should not do this? Why we should not do that? And organization has to be more thoughtful, more strategic, and more innovative. So this way, I believe Sappho for Equality is fighting from within and outside. Intersection was not the buzzword. At that time, unknowingly, we involved in intersectional movement. We believed to be a part of, disabled movement, disabilities movement. We had to be part of, I must not say caste movement, because caste movement we didn't actually witness here. But we had to understand what is caste, how actually it. So we started reading. That way we wanted to enrich ourselves. And at the same time, with some other feminist movements, But here again, I want to flag one issue. That, identity movement is one thing, and which is, I believe this is very, very important as well, identity movement. For LGBT organizing or some other organizing, identity politics is very, very important. But at the same time, politics of standpoint is very, very important. And at the same time, I must say, people should understand, feminist movement should understand the politics of standpoint. Because until and unless, and politics of standpoint actually help us to build allies. Until and unless, if you be a part of other movements, other issues, yes, I am by birth, I am Brahmin, but I don't have any. Do you believe that by design I became Brahmin? So, just because of my Brahminical identity, can't I be a part of caste movement? This is my question. My politics of standpoint helps me to instigate me, to believe me to be a part of caste movement. So that way, to all of us in our Sappho for Equality believes in politics of standpoint, be it philosophically, and from there only, from this politics of standpoint, Sappho for Equality, believes to be a part of different sorts of movement. Sometimes this is a bit radical, but we never compromise, because feminism teaches us this. Feminism actually, talk about philosophy. To me, feminism is more philosophical, Otherwise, how we talk about connection of souls, which reaches somewhere in the domain of love, in the domain of friendship. This is more emotional, more philosophical, and at the same time, this love teaches us resistance, So that way, Sappho for Equality believes in feminism. The term leadership. Who is leader? Perhaps I can face something. Maybe it is fearful. Maybe it is, something which is very congenial in nature. And somebody is fantastic in writing. And somebody is wonderful in facilitating something. So can I claim myself as a leader? Of an organization? Because so many works in one organization. How I can claim myself as a leader of Sappho for Equality or in LGBT organizing or so-called movement? How can I? So I don't believe that I am a leader. I am a co-traveler, and I always keep on saying that thing to my comrades, to my co-travelers. So don't think, maybe I'm a managing trustee, but today I am not. Maybe I am raising voice nationally from Eastern India for certain issues. That doesn't mean that I am a leader. I am the person who actually helps to reach that issue to some forum. And when I am taking responsibilities, means I have certain privileges. Sometimes we forget that part, that I am the privileged one. I can speak in 1 or 2 languages more than others. I am a little more educated. I am financially perhaps in a much better position from other people. Perhaps I am a don't care type of person. Maybe. And that helps me to go a little more further. And people actually make you leader. You want it or not. But once you start to believe that yes, I'm a leader, then to gaya. From the core, I'm a feminist. That, with conviction, I can claim myself. Yes, I'm a feminist. And that is the very reason I believe in nurturing my second tier. Who can, take the baton. From 2010, I took that another job. I assigned to myself to build up the second tier. A whole bunch of young girls who came when they were students. And now they are running Sappho for equality. You know, leadership is not all about hierarchy. Leadership is not all about age. This has to be taken as a point. Because we have to give patient hearing to the younger generations. And we have to learn from them as well. Otherwise, roadmap cannot be redesigned, redraw. And now again and again, you have to draw, redraw, again draw. You know, you have to changes your roadmap. And younger generation, trust me, helps us. So, from the pedestal, you cannot hear their voices. You have to walk side by side with them. Still, I cannot forget those days. I got a call from Bangladesh, from APA. I have managed to collectivize 20 people across Bangladesh. And one organization, they took the responsibility for their staying and for food. Can you come down on 10th of December? I said, Didi, after so much hardship I could, please come. Then I said, yes, I will. And I went there on 10th of December, 2013. I reached there 11th. It was actually reminded me of my old days, of my 1999 Sappho's days. So many people of 19, 20, 25 years old. And you know, they were just themselves, no mask. And you can easily imagine in Bangladesh, religious barrier, so much, different sorts of don'ts. And just at 2 or 2:30, I got call from my partner. Again, we became criminal. I couldn't cry even. Just I entered to the room. I just forgot the time, maybe it's 7. I didn't even took bath or change my clothes. Knocking, some people just knocked the door. I opened the door. I saw there's a queue. Those girls wanted to talk to me in person, privately. I slept at 6 in the next morning. Rotationally, the people came. I listened one after another, their stories. That day I thought, we didn't document our people's narratives, but this time I will do. This should not be vanished from the people's memory. And we edited monologue, lesbian narratives of 2 Bengals. The ultimate product is monologue. The 24 narratives of lesbians of both the sides of Bengal. This is a South Asia's you know, a project. This is an everyday, the real movement, if you say so, of Bangladesh, those people do underground way. And so many, they have reached to so many community people in spite of so much hardship. This is very close to my heart. Again and again, I used to go there. This is not a project actually, you know. This is building bonds to extend the domain of, or maybe the beyond everything, the connection of souls. This is truly a feminist work. The evidential proof, how soul travels, how friendship travels, how friendship actually believe in making bond and friends, making bond and kinship. So, this is just a beginning, perhaps.